Yo guys, what's going on? It's Acez here today with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about scams on the Escape from Tarkov flea market and how to avoid them or how to abuse them. Do me a favor, make sure you're dropping a like on this one here today, and of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more PvE content. This one goes both ways, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to scam people, this video will show you how, and if you don't want to get scammed in the flea market, this video will show you how not to get scammed. I'm going to be showing you 3 different scams today that you could encounter on the flea. So let's hop right into it. The first one really isn't too bad. We're going to start out light, and that's going to be body armor not actually having plates in the carrier. So when it comes to certain armors like the Gazelle, I do believe that these plates cannot be sold in the flea market. So your body armors that you're buying that have like these class 5, class 6 plates, they will never have plates in the carrier. So in some circumstances, you're actually not being scammed. It's just because the plates literally can't be sold in the flea market. But in other cases, there are going to be plates missing that could very easily be in the armors that you are purchasing. So this is what your armor should look like if you're buying one off of the flea market. Myself, I always try to just get them from the trader. That way they're going to be full durability and have the plates that are supposed to come with it. But make sure you're just looking out for what plates are actually in the carrier. And it does show you both plates, the armor class, and the durability of the plates when you hover over them on the flea, which is a nice little touch. But taking the plates out, that is something you need to be looking out for. And this is a pretty light one. This isn't anything too crazy. This is something that most people know. But it is something, if you're a bit new of a player, you could get swindled a couple times. All right, so the next one is durability scams, and this is most commonly going to be taking place on the water filters. That is the number 1 offender, so we're going to start with that. Let's check them out. We actually have none up right now. That is super surprising. It is 4:36 in the morning, so that actually kind of makes sense, but maybe we can indulge in a little bit of scamming ourselves here. Let's see. If we need to put a filter in or if we have a used filter currently. 50-50 shot. I need to put a filter in. I don't even have the fucking power on. Amateur hour. Ooh, I do have a couple filters, though, hidden in the stash that are lower durability. Let me get this hideout taken care of. All right, so we got this water filter right here. 15 of 100. This will be a perfect example for you. So you can see the lowest listed is 40,000, and there's kind of a cutoff point here. So it's about 42.5, 43,000. You see one right here. So this is a 4 of 100. If you see a red number, that means there is durability taken off of the item. When it comes to the water filter, you can pull them out of your water collector at any time. So that means you can pull out a 4 of 100 and charge the exact same price, and there is no difference when it comes to the fee. We have another one out here that's 6 of 100, and these prices are starting to come down. So I bet we could even list right in here if we wanted to. Let's kind of see how the market reacts, though. This one's probably going to stay here because this guy's scamming. And it seems like maybe not a ton of movement on the flea right now because it is a little late. So maybe we go ahead and list this bad boy up a little low for the low price of 37,000. You can see the fee does not get impacted by the durability at all. So we're going to go ahead and list that up. And here is ours. Once these 2 brand new ones sell, which they'll sell eventually, we will be the highest on the list. And right here we are. So we are the next to go. And we just sold it. 15 of 100. We just scammed somebody. Who got scammed? Let's expose them. Just lurking. Well, my guy, enjoy the 15 of 100. So, with that being said, you know, it's one of the more common ones with water filters, but there are other items that I'll show you right now. The filter absorber is one of them. You can just put a 300 in and replace whatever one's in there. I think you can even take out the old ones now. There was a point in time where you actually couldn't take them out, but I think you can now. So this happens with the air filters. This also happens with fuel, both of them, the metal fuel tank, and with the blue fuel. So you can see right here, boom, boom, boom. All of these, all scams. I would honestly not be surprised if this one sold fairly quickly. I mean, under trader, significant undercut to the market. Somebody's going to misclick and they're going to buy that one and they're going to get scammed. Same with the blue fuel. You can see a tick off of this one. This one's not happening too much. Metal fuel is definitely the worst contender. This guy will get this sale eventually. He just listed this. It will 100% happen eventually. And this also carries over into the weapon side of things. Now, because people sell scav weapons, it's something that you probably know about and is actually fairly common. But when you have low durability weapons, like right here, 50 of 50, this isn't something you want to be purchasing. You want a 100 of 100 rifle at all times. You do not want anything under 95 durability. Honestly, you want something that is going to be 100 of 100 every single time you are purchasing a weapon, but for whatever reason you have to buy the rifle off of the flea market. Like, you do not want a 62 of 62 G36. You want a 100 of 100 G36. So the last and final scam that happens a lot on the flea market is a high price scam. Now, you can also do this with any item and use USD as your price. So let's say there's only a couple items on the flea market. I don't know if I'd be able to find one really quickly. Let's see. I got to find something that players can list. Not really any good options. You would need to find something that players use a lot, but it is uncommon enough where there's not a lot on the flea market, if that makes sense. It has to be a fairly rare item, but also usable. Let's just take this as an example, and you're going to have to kind of use your imagination a little bit. Imagine all of these were gone. Imagine all of these salty dog sausages were gone, and the only one left is going to be Nelson's. And he has it for 42,000 rubles. What you could actually do, and it really depends on the fee, you could do one of two things. You could list a salty dog beef sausage for 4,200 USD, which would probably be, I want to say, around 600,000 rubles. Or you could list it for 42,000 USD. It's going to be a lot harder to get that sale because there's going to be some players that don't even have that much USD on them. But like I said, some items, when it comes to the fee, it's not going to be worth it. You'll get absolutely slaughtered on the fee. But you can do a high dollar USD scam. It's just pretty uncommon because you don't usually have items in a non-found and raid flea market that are going to be rare enough but used enough that are going to fall under the right circumstances. But I'm letting you know about it because it does happen. So just be careful of high USD prices on any item. So when it comes to regular high dollar scams, I will show you how it works because I know there's a guy doing it with the regular painkillers right now. So we have all the painkillers out here, and we have under therapist price, the trader price, which is 8,542, and then we have everybody who undercut that trader price. And then we got this guy selling it for 60 grand. So basically what the angle is here is if somebody is on the incorrect menu in the flea market and they quick buy something. So what that's going to look like is if their pricing looks like this and they don't know that they are on the highest price first instead of the lowest price first, what's going to happen is they're going to click whatever item they're on and they are going to snap purchase it, and they will realize after it's too late once the money's already been spent. This is basically just called a high dollar scam, and there's always going to be people doing it for certain items. This works for a lot of things. It works for ammunition probably the best because people don't really look at the price of ammunition. They just buy what they need and that's it. And usually they just buy the top listing. So, if you're on the lowest price, which 99% of players are, you're not going to have any issues. But if you would misclick here, you could easily accidentally buy this listing. And because people typically will put a quantity out here, like this guy did, these listings last a while. So it's very easy with the amount of players that are on. It's very easy for at least one person to fuck up and misclick, and you get absolutely paid. It takes one of these to sell at 60,000 to make it pay off 7 or 8 of these. It is going to be worth it even if you sell just one. But if you have multiple people doing a high dollar scam, you're honestly probably not going to sell any because it's going to be too obvious. But right here, perfect example of how it works. Literally perfect example. So guys, that's going to be 3 different scams that happen right now in the Escape from Tarkov flea market and how to avoid them or how to abuse them. Do me a favor, make sure you drop a like on this one, and of course make sure you subscribe to the channel Sponsor and equipment description below is going to be it for me. Thanks so much for stopping by. I'm out.